Hi, welcome back to Handicrafting with Mimi. I am Mimi, and if you're new here, well, welcome. We're doing our monthly napkin exchange challenge, except this month we're not exchanging, we're using our own stash. And it's being hosted by Sarah with some flour and DIYing. I had started this earlier, but I forgot to turn on the camera. And so I didn't record the few things that I did. So what I did is I took the longboard and I Mod Podged it so that I can iron my napkin onto it. And then I'm going to proceed to paint these and do a little ribbon and good stuff like that. Some of it I'm going to do on camera, some off camera. And I will be going back and forth. Again, this is a collaboration, so on the description box there'll be a playlist of the ladies that are joining us, and I hope you go and see them. They are all wonderful crafters, and we have lots of fun when we do this. So with that being said, let's get started. So I tried this with my green tape, but apparently it's too sticky. So I went and got my blue one, and hopefully this one will work. And it did. Yay. Okay, maybe the back part is very thin that it didn't. So that was a struggle. I guess some napkins are super skinny. I mean thin. I'm going to split this in half, and it's going to be enough for both sides, or both the bottom and the top of the sign that I'm making. I did not fill in the holes in the wood piece because I'm going to be using the same jute cord that came with it. So I'll be using one piece on the bottom and one piece on the top. And I'm going to try to pattern match. Since I do have plenty to work with, I'll be able to do that. Okay, so in order to pattern match and make them match correctly to where you won't even notice, what you do, excuse me, is you put both of them together. Make sure that you have enough on either end. And when you cut it, they'll be aligned, hopefully. I'm using the ruler to make sure I cut where I need to cut. So it cut, except not the part that was on the board. So I guess I should have gotten a bigger board. So now it should match almost perfectly. So when I iron one, the other one, I guess I have to move it down. I can just add the other one right up to it. And that's how you pattern match. At least that's how I did it. So now I'm going to take parchment paper . Now I'm not going all the way down to where we're going to pattern match it, because I want to be able to heat it all up at the same time. So we have this part done, and now I'm going to cut this as close as I possibly can. So I'm going to take my sander and pretty much sand this off. But I'm going to do it off camera because it's an annoying sound. And I will be back as soon as I'm done. So I got this sign from the Dollar Tree, and I just thought it was adorable. When my son was young, it was a thing that we played at the house of who would beat who on how much we loved each other. And we would always say, I love you more than you do. And so I was missing the you do, but the than you do. But I thought it was just so cute, I had to have it. I'm going to paint it, but I have to take it apart, and I'm not going to have you looking or look at the whole thing because it looks pretty tedious actually. So I will see you when I'm done. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this with Apple Barrel Flamingo Red. I wanted to make sure that this did not get lost between the buffalo check red that I have on my napkins. I'm gonna go ahead and paint all the hearts, but not the actual words. I'm going to go with a different color. So I will finish painting this off camera and then I'll be back. So after painting them all red, they kind of got lost on the napkin. So I changed the paint color and I started painting without or off camera. And then my daughter suggested that gold, actually what she suggested was rose gold. So I'm painting the letters gold because I figured that the white would probably also get lost in the napkin. Maybe not as much as the red, but the reason I did the black is because the red did get really lost in the napkin. So I will finish these and then I will come back and finish up this project. So while I was setting these here, I kind of liked the hearts a little tilted and stuff, so I decided that why not? They just look really cute, I think. So I just have to set them up where I want them. I think that's good. Well, let's try it this way and see if it works. So I attached them. They're offset completely. I wanted them to look kind of not perfect. So now I'm going to attempt to make a bow. Never have been able to, but we're going to try it. And if I can't do it on camera, I'll do it off camera. So I got the gingham from, or the buffalo check, however you want to call it, from the Dollar Tree. This ribbon, I don't know where I got it from. I got it years ago. Thousands of years ago. And we've been through this before. I do not know how to make bows, and I've been watching you guys, and I'm trying to learn. And I think I got the finger bow. I was watching Kathy Joe. I'll link her down below. She did it in slow-mo for me, but I think I still got it wrong. But I don't know if I'm supposed to put it on and then fix it. But that one's gonna go right here. I think that I'm going to leave one of the buffalo checks out, or gingham, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I finished the bow off camera. I added a little heart from the Dollar Tree, a package of 20, I think. And then instead of the jute, I added a ribbon part from the same finger bow. And this project is done, and I will show it all together with the final reveal. Okay, for my next project, this also was Mod Podged when I didn't have the camera on. So I'm gonna do the ironing method. And for this one, I'm gonna use 3 napkins. This one, and this one, and then finally this one. So I'm going to put the top portion of the napkin down here, and then the bottom I'm gonna put up here. I'm gonna put this one on the second one, and this one on the final one. And see, I believe I have a couple of embellishments that I'm gonna put on them. Hadn't made up my mind on that yet. So first thing I'm gonna do is take my napkins apart. The last napkin gave me a little bit of trouble. This one seems to be working just fine. It's not, just make sure that when you have your napkins that you take them apart if there's 3 layers, not just 2. I decided to go ahead and do one at a time before taking them all apart. That way I can trim them as I go. So again, I take this one, trying to keep it on just the one plank rather than making sure not to touch the other one so you don't activate the Mod Podge. Make sure it's all stuck to it. I've ironed this, and I'm going to Mod Podge the part of it. So I started taking this napkin apart, and before I stuck the second tape on there, I realized that it was already coming apart. But if you notice, there's 3 ply. So that's what I was trying to say earlier. Make sure that you know that you are taking all the plies off, or your Mod Podge won't work. I mean, it will, but it won't stick to the top one, which is the one you want. Okay, so these are the napkins I added, and I trimmed out as much as I could. And I know I'm not going to be able to use the sandpaper or even the block on there, or it'll be too hard, so I'm going to use the burn method. Be careful if you try to do this. It'll just keep going until it burns off what's not glued down with the Mod Podge. It stops burning when it comes in contact with another surface. Let's see if I can do it this way. And when you're done burning, you can take a paintbrush and brush off all the ashes off of there. I'm gonna do the rest off camera. So here's what it looks after all of it has been burnt off. I was going to add some embellishments, but I thought it was too pretty to put anything on it. So I went ahead and just re-added the jute hanger that it came with. I think this is my favorite. So for my last project, I am going to do a double-sided stand on its own, and I'm going to add both of these napkins. This one I got from the Dollar Tree, and again, I think I had already said I had got this one from the secondhand store for 10 cents. Not the napkin itself, but the whole package. And I never thought I was going to use it, but I guess I'm going to use it now. And we're going to use the iron method as well on these. Okay, so this is what our standalone plaque looks like. Now I got some of those hearts to place here, which I'm going to do right now. But I want it to match this heart. So I painted it black. Well, I tried to do this, but it didn't work. So I painted it black, and then I dry brushed white on it, and I love the way it looks. Then I took a little bit of the black and did one of the hearts that same way. And I'm going to do, I guess, a 3D kind of thing. I got these from the Dollar Tree. Someone, and I know her name, she has done this in her videos quite a bit, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember her name right now. But I will put her name on, or her link on the description box, as well as the playlist. Again, this is a collaboration of the Napkin Exchange this month, hosted by Sarah from Sunflower and DIYing. There'll be a playlist in the description box below. So I'm going to double them up so that I can put them right behind there. Now I gotta glue this one, or put some glue on this one first. And I'm going to set it right there. And I'm going to do the same thing to this one. This one, however, I'm going to place this way, right here. And I'm pushing not to let it dry, but to make sure it's on there. Now I was going to put a ribbon around it, but I kind of like the natural look. Plus, I don't have a ribbon that'll match both sides, because this has pink, yellow, and blue, whereas the other side has red and black. And so, but yeah, this can be used on a tier tray or standalone. And I just thought it was just the cutest thing. I have a half wall, or a pony wall, some people call it that. And this goes perfect right there. Either way you can see it. And so I will have everything together in the final reveal. Don't forget to like, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Leave a comment. Let me know which one was your favorite.